I am 29 years old. I am a Brooklyn-based artist, and I do mainly portraits, large-scale portraits, but I also do performance art, and I'm starting to work with mixed media as well. So I got into art about 15 years ago. I originally wanted to be an actress. Part of me still wants to do that, and a musician. But when I went to audition for LaGuardia High School, which was my dream high school, um, my art teacher at the time, my eighth grade art teacher, really pushed me to audition for art. And I told her, no, I don't want to do it. She was like, if they see you auditioning for three things, they'll know you really want to go to school and you'll likely get accepted for one. And she was right. But I only got accepted for art. I got rejected from the other two programs that I really wanted to do. So my original plan was just to do really well in all my classes, get good grades, and then re-audition for drama or music the following year. And that never happened because, like, slowly God was revealing to me that I could actually draw. And then sophomore year, we had to do a painting as just a homework assignment, and that was the first time I had picked up a paintbrush, and it kind of just happened. So, I was really upset when I didn't get into the programs that I wanted to originally, but then it turned out that I actually liked doing art, and I liked creating, and it was something that came very naturally for me. So, yeah. Like I said, painting was kind of like this gift that God revealed to me that I had, and I'm a strong believer that any gift that anyone has, it is meant to be used in service of the people, and not to be used selfishly. And so, with that being said, my work has a focus on service, specifically individuals who have gone through some sort of injustice, who have people who have been wrongfully imprisoned. Some of the subjects of my work, like the painting behind me, is a portrait of Anita Browder, who is the mother of Khalif Browder. She passed away due to heart failure shortly after her son committed suicide. Khalif spent almost 3 years on Rikers Island trying to fight a case for a crime that he didn't commit. Normally, the subjects who I paint are individuals who are still living, who are still trying to get help, who can use, the support of a new audience. So there is the activist organizer community in New York, which is a handful of people, but then there are loads of other individuals who have never heard these stories, and if they learn them, they probably would be compelled to do something. And so I really use my art as a way to bring, their stories, their narratives in front of audiences who would otherwise not care. And I'm learning that as people learn who these individuals are, they do care enough to do something, to watch a documentary, to write a letter. Some of my work are mothers who have lost their children to police brutality and or gun violence, um, individuals who are politically incarcerated for their activism in the 60s, who are still behind bars today for crimes they did not commit, and seeking justice. Yeah, so that's kind of my work in a nutshell. I am always learning about new stories, new individuals who I want to connect with, and I'm curious about other forms of art that can also better help to get their stories out. So painting may not be, the best way to deal with an urgent situation. Yeah. When I was 15, which was February of me 15 years, I had to pick up a paintbrush for the first time. And so, yeah, it's about 15 years in the making. I went from just discovering the gift, like I said, God revealed it to me, and I just started painting everything. And in 2010, well, 2007, I did a series on a family member who was incarcerated as an attempt to kind of keep them alive on the outside, to highlight the positive aspects of their life, and to encourage encourage people to continue to support that individual until they were set free. I think. And then in 2010, I took an African American history class, which kind of opened my eyes to, and that was kind of an eye opener to me because I had never seen individuals like the Panthers before. I'd never seen anyone stick it to the system like they did. They were almost very successful, and it's not really talked about, but it was kind of like an internal war. And, learning about them really, I had never learned about them before, or about movements in that way. And so that class was kind of like the flip side of everything I had already learned. Great, that class threw all of those lies out of the window. And a lot of the work that I do now stem from, that moment of awakening. How has being an artist changed me? I will say that, I think I've always been an artist. I've always been a creator. It just took a long time for me to realize that. And I think I'm even grateful to have learned, what my role is, or what one of my roles is in society at such a young age. But I think that, in one way that being an artist has helped me, it has really opened my eyes to, my purpose, my calling. I don't feel like, I never have a day where I'm just aimless or wandering. And I think that, submitting to the craft and allowing God to use it and to use me has been really rewarding on many levels. What do I think about modern social justice art? I think that social justice art is trending. I remember when I was in undergrad and I started doing art about, the Panthers and things like that, and political prisoners, and, even police brutality. I felt like I was speaking another language. Nobody wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about, and every time I had an artist talk, I had to give a whole history lesson and really say this is what was happening in the 60s, this was happening in the 70s, 90s. And, it's cool now because when I get up in front of an audience, I don't have to start from scratch because a lot of people are waking up. And so that's a good thing. And so much to make work about. And I'm grateful that other artists are picking up the baton. And I think that there are right approaches to doing it. And I think that one way that artists who do want to speak about social justice work or social justice issues, you should go to the person or go to someone who is doing that work and figure out how you can support them, figure out how you can learn from them, figure out the right way to tell the narrative, as opposed to just talking about it because everybody's talking about it, because the museums are now putting on art shows about the Panthers and the Young Lords and women activists. So now you're going to make work about that. Like, to me, that's the wrong approach. I think that, when you find an issue that keeps you up at night, something that you just can't digest because it's so messed up, it's so jacked up, then you should start creating from that point, as opposed to don't just make art because that's what's on the news. I think you need to really be sensitive when you are making art about things that people are really dealing with, like on a human level. So that's all I have to say about that. For now, I have a website. It is www.sophia-dawson.com. I have an Instagram at IamWetPaint. I also have a Twitter account, and you can kind of keep yourself up to date on what I'm doing via my social media. I have one painting in the Bronx Museum until the middle of October. It's the biennial show featuring the work of 72 artists. What else? There's a show opening this weekend, I think, or next weekend. It's called State Property. You can look it up, or you can look up the hashtag, and I believe they have an Instagram also. I envision myself having another pop-up in the coming months, probably in the fall or winter. But I really want to see my work, and there isn't a show. You can message me, and then maybe we'll set up a studio visit. But I like coming to my studio to work. So I don't do those often. Yeah.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, now there goes a sight from my soul, there goes a sight from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight, there goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all angels just walk by. 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 There goes a sight from my soul.